thought of continually traveling through vast distances in space, like you would see in science fiction movies, can be exciting to think about. Assuming it could be done, the things you would see and experience would be amazing. But again, this will not happen. It is just science fiction. And besides that, depending on how many humans were on that spacecraft at any given time, you and most others would be dead long before that spacecraft got to its final distant destination, so you would never see it. Okay, then you say maybe technology could freeze us and keep us alive on that spaceship until we got to where we were going, maybe 500 to 200,000 years later, or even longer. That type of thing today is commonly called cryogenics, and to do that to a human body is beyond impossible now or in the foreseeable future. Plus, that human would have to be awakened from a long frozen sleep and then be able to perfectly function again as a human being. This technology for freezing a body and starting it up again is not in our future in any practical way, ever. Some people out there believe anything is possible given the right amount of time, materials, and energy to make it happen. And that's true in some cases. We have seen it happen here on Earth over the centuries where things that we have now could hardly be imagined in just 50 years. This would include things such as computers, cell phones, the internet, self-driving cars, and robots. But the realms of space and the limitations of our bodies to exist in it is another story. We are humans adapted to and built for living on this planet and nowhere else. The Earth is where humans will be until war destroys us all, or our sun inevitably destroys our planet. Our water is here, our air is here, the animals, birds, insects, and sea creatures are here, and no planet we know of that is within traveling distance of Earth has all the important elements we need for human life. Earth is our permanent home, and nothing can replace it. There have been some advances made here on Earth, like self-driving cars, 3D, 4D technology, 3D printing, new communication technology, AI technology, robots, etc. But there are some things that cannot be changed and can go no further, no matter how much we wish it could happen. As organic, biological creatures, we humans will not change. We each live just one time, and then we die. Here's an interesting observation. On sci-fi movies like Star Wars and Star Trek, when the main characters of those movies, such as Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Captain Kirk, or Captain Picard, go to other planets and they physically walk around on the surface of those planets without a spacesuit on, do you notice they don't have any problem breathing the air there? Why is that? Weren't they born on another planet, such as Earth, and grew up there, and their bodies were made to breathe and function in their planet's atmosphere, along with the relative gravity of their home world? Absolutely. So then how can they automatically and easily breathe on other planets without a spacesuit on, when those planets do not have Earth's atmosphere and gravity, but yet somehow, miraculously, they are able to breathe normally and easily get around on those other inhospitable planets without the need for spacesuits, oxygen tanks, etc.? But in reality, that would be physically impossible in real life. Have you ever thought about that? Mr. Spock on Star Trek, made by Paramount Pictures, could breathe normally on board the spaceship, even though on the show, he was the result of a human mother and a Vulcan father from another planet. But yet Mr. Spock's body could just automatically breathe the air that humans breathe, even though he is from a non-human planet with a different atmosphere. That does not make sense, does it? Only in the movies and on TV does this happen. It's science fiction. It's not real. Our bodies are specifically designed and built to breathe and function here on our Earth with 78% nitrogen, 20.95% oxygen, and small amounts of other gases including argon, neon, carbon dioxide, helium, and hydrogen. The gas we exhale is 4% to 5% by volume of carbon dioxide. Those are facts in how our human body operates and what it needs to live a complete and healthy life, and therefore we are not compatible with other planets and their atmospheres. It's just not going to happen for us to find a suitable duplicate planet like Earth, get there alive in our lifetime, and have everything we need to live there, and breathe the local air, and drink the local water for the foreseeable future. Maybe we can do it on an atmospherically controlled space station for a relatively short amount of time, but never on a foreign planet and be able to go outdoors. It is just not possible now, nor will it be in the future, because our bodies will not allow it. Perhaps way in the future, we may get to the planet Mars and try to colonize it in some way for indoor living. But that indoor living would be confining, because everyone who would be there would always and forever need to be indoors for normal living. Humans on Mars would never be able to simply go outdoors without wearing a specially constructed spacesuit made specifically for being in the Mars atmosphere and environment. You will have to be confined to this spacesuit while you are outdoors, and you'll never be able to naturally breathe in the air that you do on Earth. You must also be sure this spacesuit works correctly, or you will instantly die if there are any holes or leaks in it. I like the premise of NASA, SpaceX, and others wanting to go to Mars, try to colonize it, study it in person, and try to live there permanently. I like to imagine seeing those possibilities come true. But when the rubber meets the road and the practicality of that type of situation sets in, things will be much different than you thought. It will never be like Earth, and you will want to leave it shortly after you got there. The human body is not made to live on other planets. If and when people actually get to Mars, builds all the structures needed above ground and/or underground, and have everything required to live continuously on that planet, it could be hundreds or thousands of years from now, if ever, for those things to happen. But you would still be limited by the fact that you would never be able to go outside and breathe normally without a specialized spacesuit. You'll never be able to go to the beach, the desert, the forest, or go on a walk to breathe in fresh air or to hear and see birds flying in the air like you do here on Earth. On Mars, you would be confined to an indoor space for the rest of your life if you did not or could not go outside for a short time in a bulky spacesuit. Okay, but there are famous people out there, like Elon Musk, who has a reputation for doing great things here on Earth, such as building his Tesla electric car company, his SpaceX rocket company, creating the Boring Company to construct amazing underground tunnel transportation, and also creating his Optimus robot technology and more. Elon Musk and others like him think they are so smart that they can possibly control a distant planet's entire atmosphere and environment like Mars, and then turn it into what they desire with few problems, so that it will support human beings. It's great to have a good imagination, that's for sure, but the reality will likely be far different than the dream. Whatever underground frozen water is said to be existing on Mars right now, it is not exactly the same water that we have here on Earth. Nor is there any accessible, pure running or moving water, such as rivers, lakes, streams, or other usable bodies of pure Earth water suitable for human bodies on Mars. Please watch part 3 of our video series, Space, It Is Not the Final Frontier.